The intersection of wealth, power, and sexual assault allegations, examining claims, denials, and truth. Sexual assault allegations against wealthy and powerful men often ignite fierce debates, with accusers facing skepticism and defendants claiming they're targeted for their money. A common defense from high-profile figures is that these accusations are fabricated, motivated by financial gain or publicity. However, the reality is more complex. Not all wealthy individuals face such allegations, suggesting that wealth alone isn't the sole driver. When multiple accusers, sometimes dozens, come forward with consistent claims, as in the case of figures like Donald Trump, the sheer volume and corroboration demand scrutiny. This article explores the dynamics of sexual assault claims against the rich, the argument that wealth invites false accusations, and cases where denials were proven false, revealing uncomfortable truths. Wealth as a shield and a target. Rich men accused of sexual assault often leverage their status to dismiss allegations, arguing that their wealth makes them targets for opportunistic claims. The narrative is familiar. An accuser is labeled a gold digger, seeking a payout or fame by exploiting the defendant's fortune. This defense resonates because wealth can indeed attract frivolous lawsuits in other contexts, such as business disputes. However, the assumption that sexual assault allegations are predominantly false and money-driven oversimplifies a serious issue. If wealth were the primary motivator, one would expect accusations to be evenly distributed among the ultra-rich. Yet many wealthy individuals, billionaires, CEOs, and celebrities navigate their careers without facing such claims. This disparity suggests that factors beyond wealth, such as behavior, power dynamics, or patterns of entitlement, may play a role in who gets accused. When a single individual faces allegations from multiple unrelated accusers, as in the case of Donald Trump, the argument that all claims are fabricated becomes harder to sustain. The case of Donald Trump, a pattern of allegations. Donald Trump, a billionaire and former U.S. president, has faced sexual misconduct allegations from at least 27 women spanning decades, with accusations ranging from groping to rape. These claims, which surged into public view after the 2005 Access Hollywood tape where Trump boasted about grabbing women without consent, include detailed accounts from women like Jean Carroll, Jessica Leeds, and Amy Doris. Trump has consistently denied all allegations, calling them false, fabricated, and politically motivated, often suggesting accusers seek fame or money. He's even claimed some accusers weren't attractive enough to assault, a defense that sidesteps the substance of the claims. The volume of accusers, over 24, challenges the narrative of isolated, opportunistic lies. Many women, like Carroll, provided corroborating evidence, such as contemporaneous accounts shared with friends or photos showing them with Trump, contradicting his claim of never meeting them. In Carroll's case, a 2023 civil trial found Trump liable for sexual abuse and defamation, awarding her $5 million in damages. A judge later noted that the jury's finding aligned with the common definition of rape, though not New York's narrower legal standard. A second defamation lawsuit resulted in an $83.3 million award to Carroll in 2024. These verdicts, based on evidence and testimony, undermine Trump's blanket denials. Other accusers, like Jill Harth, who alleged attempted rape in 1993, and Natasha Stoynoff, who claimed Trump forcibly kissed her in 2005, have faced similar dismissals from Trump's camp. Yet patterns emerge. Many allegations describe sudden, non-consensual acts in private settings, often with Trump exploiting his authority or fame. The consistency across unrelated accusers, some of whom faced significant personal risk by coming forward, lends credibility to their claims, even when criminal charges haven't been filed. When denials collapse, cases where truth emerged. Several high-profile cases illustrate how initial denials of sexual assault by wealthy men were later proven false, exposing the dangers of dismissing accusers outright. Below are notable examples. Harvey Weinstein. The disgraced Hollywood mogul faced accusations from over 80 women, including actresses like Ashley Judd and Gwyneth Paltrow, who described a decades-long pattern of sexual harassment and assault. Weinstein vehemently denied the allegations, claiming consensual interactions or fabricating stories for publicity. His legal team often painted accusers as seeking financial settlements. However, overwhelming evidence, witness testimonies, internal company records, and recorded conversations led to his 2020 conviction for rape and sexual assault in New York. Weinstein's case revealed how wealth and influence can silence victims for years, with many accusers initially dismissed as opportunists. Jeffrey Epstein, the financier and convicted sex offender, faced allegations of abusing dozens of underage girls, some as young as 13, at his properties in New York and Florida. Epstein denied the claims, with his lawyers arguing that accusers were motivated by money or attention. Yet, court documents, victim testimonies, and police investigations confirmed a sprawling trafficking operation, leading to his 2008 plea deal and later federal charges in 2019. Epstein's wealth enabled him to settle lawsuits quietly and intimidate victims, delaying justice until public pressure and new evidence forced accountability. Bill Cosby, the comedian once dubbed America's Dad, was accused by over 60 women of drugging and assaulting them over decades. Cosby denied the allegations, claiming consensual encounters and accusing women of seeking fame or money. His 2018 conviction for aggravated indecent assault, supported by victim testimonies and a 2005 deposition where Cosby admitted to giving women sedatives, exposed his denials as false. Cosby's wealth and cultural stature had long shielded him, with early accusers dismissed until the volume of claims became undeniable. These cases share a pattern: powerful men using their resources to discredit accusers, only for evidence, testimonies, documents, or recordings to validate the claims. The persistence of multiple victims, often with no prior connection, was critical in overcoming initial skepticism. Why not all wealthy people face accusations? The absence of sexual assault allegations against many wealthy individuals undermines the idea that wealth alone invites false claims. Figures like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, or countless low-profile billionaires rarely face such accusations, suggesting that behavior, not just money, drives these cases. Wealth may amplify opportunities for misconduct. Private jets, secluded estates, and unchecked power create environments where abuse can occur, but it's not a universal trigger. Men like Weinstein, Epstein, and Trump faced allegations not because of their bank accounts, but due to alleged patterns of predatory behavior, often corroborated by multiple sources. Power dynamics also matter. Wealthy men in industries like entertainment, politics, or real estate, where they wield influence over careers or social circles, may exploit their status to target vulnerable individuals. Victims often face immense barriers: fear of retaliation, career ruin, or public shaming, making false accusations less likely than underreporting. Studies show that only 2 to 10% of sexual assault allegations are demonstrably false, a rate comparable to other crimes. Yet the gold digger stereotype persists, especially when the accused is rich. The role of multiple accusers. When a single accuser comes forward, it's easier for a wealthy defendant to cast doubt, framing the case as a he said, she said dispute. But when dozens of accusers emerge, as with Trump, Weinstein, or Cosby, the collective weight of their stories shifts the narrative. Independent accounts with similar details, locations, tactics, or phrases create a pattern that's harder to dismiss as coincidence or conspiracy. In Trump's case, accusers like Leeds, Stoyanov, and Doris described similar acts of sudden, non-consensual touching or kissing, often in private settings like planes or hotels. This consistency, combined with legal outcomes like Carroll's, strengthens the case for truth over fabrication. Conclusion: beyond the money motive. The claim that sexual assault allegations against rich men are primarily about money ignores both logic and evidence. Not all wealthy individuals face such accusations, and those who do often face multiple, consistent claims that defy the opportunist narrative. Cases like Weinstein, Epstein, and Cosby show how denials can crumble under scrutiny, with evidence exposing patterns of abuse enabled by wealth and power. Trump's 27 accusers, bolstered by legal victories like Carroll's, suggest that dismissing such claims as false risks, ignoring credible patterns. While false accusations can occur, the data and history show they're rare. When dozens of voices align, the pursuit of truth demands we listen, not deflect. Sources: Wikipedia, Donald Trump sexual misconduct allegations. Business Insider, the 26 women who have accused Trump of sexual misconduct. USA Today, 19 women have accused Trump of sexual misconduct. AP News, jury finds Trump liable for sexual abuse. The Guardian, sexual misconduct allegations against Donald Trump. Axios, Trump sexual misconduct claims, Stacey Williams, 27th woman to accuse him. Baptist News, 69 women have accused Trump of sexual misconduct. Cosmopolitan, a timeline of Trump's many alleged crimes and convictions, by Scott Young, aka Sinfamous Gamer,